Good morning, students. I am Professor Ajay Joshi, Assistant Professor in Mechanical Engineering Department, SBJITMR, Nagpur. Today, we will discuss Introduction to Engineering Metallurgy and Classification of Engineering Materials. Okay, in this presentation, we will discuss what are the different materials, then terminologies, then classification of engineering materials, then difference between metals, non-metals, and metalloids, then applications of engineering metals and materials. Okay, next, what is engineering materials and materials in day-to-day life? I will take example of water bottle. Okay, you know that water bottles comes in different material. This is the plastic water bottle, then glass water bottle, then steel water bottle, copper water bottle, and thermos water bottle. Okay, so all are these water bottle, but they are different because of their material properties. Okay, then important terminologies. Okay, then what is engineering metallurgy? You know that engineering metallurgy is specifically deals with metals, okay, and which are used in engineering products. Okay, so it is defined as it is the domain of material science and engineering. Material science and engineering is a bigger field. In that field, engineering metallurgy is small field. Okay, so material science and engineering is bigger field. So it is a domain of material science and engineering that studies physical and chemical behavior of metallic elements. You can see it studies the physical and chemical behavior of metallic elements. Their intermetallic compounds. Okay, first metallic elements and their intermetallic compounds and their mixtures, which are called alloys. Okay, means engineering metallurgy studies physical and chemical behavior of metallic elements, means pure metals, their intermetallic compound and their mixtures. Okay, so this is the engineering metallurgy. Then what is material? Material is the matter from which things can be made. Okay, what is matter? Okay, the matter is the physical substance that occupies space and possesses the rest mass. Okay, anything which possesses or occupies space and have a mass, means which has a mass, is known as matter. Okay, this is the material science and engineering domain, which includes physics, chemistry, maths, geology, biology, medical science, engineering and technology. This is the material science and engineering domain, and we are dealing here in engineering, material science, engineering, and in engineering we will study the material engineering, means engineering metallurgy, which mostly deals with engineering metals, their compounds and mixtures. Important terminologies. States of matter. Solid state. You already know that solids molecules in solids are densely packed. Okay, because of that kinetic energies of that particles are less. Okay, there is less intermolecular spaces. Okay, then liquid state. In liquid state, you know that density of liquid is less than density of solid, and hence kinetic energy of liquid is more than kinetic energy of solid. As there is less density, there is a more space in between the particles, hence particles have higher kinetic energy. Okay, then gaseous state. In gaseous state, you know that density of gases is less. Density of gases is less than density of liquid, and hence kinetic energy of gases is more than kinetic energy of liquid. Okay, next is plasma state. Plasma state present above 3500 or specifically 5500 degrees centigrade. When we heat gaseous, it converted into plasma state. Okay. In plasma state, density of plasma is lower than density of gaseous. Hence, kinetic energy of plasma is more than kinetic energy of gas. Okay. Then Bose-Einstein condensate. It is a combination of laser and magnet. This state is This state can be found where atoms are cooled to absolute zero, that is 0 degree Kelvin centigrade, 0 degree Kelvin. Okay. This is the image which shows this is the particle of solids, this is the particle of liquids, this is the particle of gaseous, and this is the particle of plasma state. When you add heat, solid converted into liquid. If we take the example of ice, when we heat the ice, it converted into gas. When you heat the water above 100 degrees centigrade, it will get converted into gas, and when you heat that gas, it will get converted into plasma state. Okay. So this is the states of matter. Phase changes as you add more energy. Okay. If you subtract energy, then also phase changes. If I subtract energy here, plasma to gas conversion is possible. When you subtract heat from this gaseous state, it will get converted into liquid, and when you subtract heat from liquid state, it will get converted into solid. The best example, when we put water in a refrigerator, that is liquid phase, and when we keep it in refrigerator, it will get converted into solid state. Okay, means when we subtract heat from this liquid, it will get converted into solid. That is known as solid. So density is the mass upon volume, and kinetic energy is half mass into velocity square. Okay. Then classification of engineering materials. Mostly engineering materials are classified as metals and non-metals. Okay. So metals can further classified into ferrous metals. Okay. Ferrous means which contain iron. Means metal can be classified into ferrous, which contain iron, and non-ferrous metal, which not contain iron, without iron. Okay. You already know that iron is a element available in modern periodic table. Okay, which is the main component or main element in our mechanical engineering. Okay. Then ferrous metals can classify into wrought iron, then carbon steel, alloy steel, cast iron. These are the examples of ferrous metals. Okay. Then non-ferrous metals can be classified into aluminium, then copper, silver, tin, and zinc. These are the non-ferrous metal. You will see here the steel and iron, cast iron. These are the alloys. Okay, these are the alloys, and these are the metals. Brass and bronze, these are the alloys. Okay, so these are the ferrous and non-ferrous metals. Then the second category is non-metal. In non-metal, first is the polymer. Polymers means plastics. Okay, there are thermosetting plastic and there are the thermoplastic. The thermosetting plastic examples are bakelite and polyester, and thermoplastics example are PVC and polythene. Then ceramics. Ceramics are the inorganic materials. Okay, in ceramics there are abrasive particles. Then glass is the ceramic material. Cements, refractories. Difference among metals, non-metals, and metalloids. First we will see metals. Metals are solid at room temperature. Exception is mercury. Mercury is at liquid at room temperature. Then metals are shiny or lustrous in nature. Okay, they shines when light falls on the metallic surface. Then it has a metallic appearance. Then it is a good conductor of heat and electricity. Metals are good conductors of heat and electricity, means electricity and heat can pass from one end to another end through the metal. Then metals are malleable. It can be bent and pounded into thin sheets. Then metals are ductile, can be drawn into wires. Metals can corrode or oxide in air and sea water. Okay. Then metals are usually at dense. Metals may have a very high melting points. Metals are readily lose electrons. Then non-metals. Non-metals have dull appearance. It usually brittle, means after falling from a height it can get scattered into multiple pieces. Metals have poor conductors of heat and electricity, means heat and electricity cannot pass from one end to another end. Non-metals usually less dense, means density is less as compared to metals. Okay, and non-metals usually low melting point than solid and compared to metals. Non-metals tend to gain electron in chemical reaction. Okay. Then metalloids or semiconductor. Metalloids or semiconductor may be dull or shiny, okay, in appearance. Metalloids usually conduct heat and electricity through, though it is not as well as metals. Then metalloids often make good semiconductor. Metalloids often exist in several forms. Metalloids often ductiles. Metalloids often malleable. Metalloids may gain or lose electron in chemical reaction. We will see what is ductile and what is malleable in next lecture if you don't know what is malleable and what is ductile. In brief, I will tell you ductile means it can be get converted into long wires, and malleable means a solid block of metal can convert it into thin sheet, that is malleable. Okay. So these are the difference among metals, non-metals and metalloids. Next is automobile and materials, means application of materials in automobile sector. You can see in this pie chart ferrous metals constituent 68%. Okay, means 68% of material is ferrous material in automobiles. Okay, only 8% of materials is of non-ferrous metals in automobile. Okay, 1% is battery, 2% is rubber, 9% is plastic, 1% is polymer, means plastics and rubbers, means elastomers. Then 2% is fluids. Okay, then 1% is electrical parts, 1% is carpet, 3% is tires, 3% is glass, and 1% is other miscellaneous parts. Okay, you can see in this pie chart there is 68% is the ferrous materials, and hence in our subject we will mostly deal with ferrous materials like steels and cast iron, and we have less weightage on non-ferrous metals and alloys, that are the aluminium, copper and aluminum copper alloys. Okay, so this is our unit 2. We have learned in unit 2 what are the engineering materials, how we define engineering metallurgy, then basic properties of engineering materials, then difference in metals, non-metals and metalloids, then classification of engineering materials such as ferrous materials, non-ferrous materials and non-metals. Okay, so and we have seen the applications of engineering metal. Thank you for watching.